Liverpool's season is officially on a knife's edge. The high from the weekend's gritty win over Tottenham vanished in a split second, replaced by a cold, familiar dread. Seeing Alexander Isak, the club's record £125 million man, leave the pitch in agony has sent shivers down the spine of Anfield. Now, with everything hanging in the balance, the club is being forced to look at a huge January move. And the name on everyone's lips is Antoine Semenyo. Liverpool's title hopes have been thrown into chaos. The devastating suspected leg break that Alexander Isak suffered has forced the club's hand. All eyes are now on a massive January move for Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo. But is he the right man to save Liverpool's season? We're going to break down the horror of Isak's injury, get into the transfer rumors around Semenyo, and analyze if this move actually makes sense for Arne Slot's Reds. Stick around. Let's just face the brutal reality here. Alexander Isak, a player Liverpool shelled out a staggering £125 million for, is now looking at a long spell on the sidelines. The incident itself was just gut-wrenching. Right as he struck the ball to score Liverpool's opener, a late sliding challenge from Spurs defender Mickey van de Ven caught Isak's standing leg. He couldn't even celebrate the goal, immediately clutching his leg in agony. While early fears of an ACL injury have been dismissed, the alternative is hardly a relief. Reports from credible sources suggest the club is bracing for a fracture, a suspected broken leg that could see him out for months. Depending on the specifics and whether surgery is needed, Isak could be looking at a recovery time that torpedoes a huge chunk of the season. If he's out until the spring, he could miss a massive number of games, including monumental clashes. This is a hammer blow for Liverpool, plain and simple. Isak was just starting to get into a groove after a stop-start beginning to his Anfield career. This injury also lands at the worst possible time for Arne Slot. With Mohamed Salah away at the Africa Cup of Nations, which runs from December 21st, 2025 to January 18th, 2026, and Cody Gakpo also sidelined with a muscle injury, Liverpool's attacking options have been decimated. It leaves Hugo Ekitike as the only recognized senior forward who is fully fit. The pressure is now immense on the recruitment team to find a fix and fast. So, with disaster striking, where do Liverpool turn? The name that's exploded out of the rumor mill is Bournemouth's explosive forward Antoine Semenyo. Reports suggest Liverpool are seriously considering a dramatic January move for the Ghanaian international, possibly by triggering his release clause. Let's get into the details of this potential transfer. Semenyo, who has been on fire for Bournemouth, reportedly has a £65 million release clause in his contract that becomes active in January. But it's not quite that simple. Liverpool aren't the only ones interested. Manchester United and Manchester City have also been linked with the 25-year-old, which tells you just how well he's been playing. Despite the competition, there are some good signs for the Reds. Multiple reports indicate that Semenyo himself would prefer a move to Anfield over the Manchester clubs. There are even claims that personal terms have been agreed upon in principle, which would be a huge step. This suggests that if Liverpool puts the money on the table, the player is ready to make the switch. Sky Sports reporter Kaveh Solhakal has been clear, stating that if Liverpool make a formal bid, Semenyo won't refuse the chance, calling the move too good to turn down. The ball is now firmly in Liverpool's court. It's no longer a question of can they get him, but do they want him enough? Before we get into whether Semenyo is the right tactical fit, I want to hear from you. What are your first thoughts on this? Is £65 million too much for Antoine Semenyo, or is he exactly what Liverpool needs right now? Let me know your honest opinion in the comments. And if you're finding this breakdown useful, do me a solid and hit that like button and subscribe for more urgent Liverpool updates. Now for the £65 million question, is Antoine Semenyo the right player for Liverpool? Let's look at his profile. This season, Semenyo has been electric. He scored 8 goals and provided 3 assists in just 16 Premier League appearances. That is a goal involvement of 0.69 per 90 minutes, a seriously impressive return for a player not in the top 6 side. And it's not just a lucky streak. His underlying numbers are solid. His non-penalty expected goals puts him in the top 94th percentile of Premier League players, which shows he's consistently getting into great scoring positions. His main strengths are pace, power, and versatility. Semenyo can operate anywhere across the front line, which would give Arne Slot some much-needed flexibility, especially with Salah away and Isak out. He has a direct winger who loves to run at defenders and has a dynamic edge that you could argue Liverpool has been missing at times. Comparisons to past Liverpool greats are inevitable. Some fans see shades of Sadio Mané in him, a powerful, fast forward who can be streaky, but on his day is simply unplayable. That raw, physical power is something Liverpool's current attack arguably lacks. He offers a different kind of threat, a battering ram who also has skill. But there are fair questions to be asked. Is he truly a £65 million player after one standout half-season? It's a steep price and a significant gamble. Also, while he's versatile, he's not a like-for-like replacement for Alexander Isak, who is a more natural central striker. Semenyo is more of a wide forward, which would probably mean a tactical shuffle, with Hugo Ekitike playing more centrally. The context here is key. Liverpool has a history of making big moves in January when their back is against the wall, like they did with Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo. This feels similar. Isak's injury has created an emergency, and Semenyo is being touted as the immediate answer. Richard Hughes and the recruitment team are facing their first real test. Do they pay the premium for a player who can make an instant impact, or do they hold their nerve and risk the season slipping away? While the Semenyo story is grabbing the headlines, it's not the only thing happening. Liverpool has been linked with a few other players, which gives us a sense of the club's broader strategy. Defensively, there's been persistent talk around a new center-back. Crystal Palace's Marc Guehi is a name that comes up often, though a January move seems complicated after a deal collapsed on deadline day in the summer. Ousmane Diomande of Sporting Lisbon is another defender who has been described as a key target, which suggests the club is planning for the long term, possibly with Ibrahima Konaté's contract situation in mind. In attack, the links beyond Semenyo are more speculative. Real Madrid's Rodrygo has been mentioned as a long-term replacement for Salah, but a January deal seems highly unlikely. The main takeaway is that the club is actively looking to strengthen, but Isak's injury has dramatically shifted the priority from a future project to a desperate, immediate need for goals. The competition for Semenyo only adds to the drama. Manchester United and Manchester City are both reportedly in the mix, and their interest just confirms his quality. However, reports that he favors a move to Anfield could be the ace up Liverpool's sleeve. The club has to decide if it wants to get into a bidding war or use the player's preference to get a deal done quickly. The clock is ticking, so that's where we stand. Liverpool is at a crossroads as the new year approaches. The horrific injury to Alexander Isak is a massive blow, one that threatens to derail a season that was already on a tightrope. The club's response to this crisis will define their campaign. Antoine Semenyo has emerged as the frontrunner, a potential £65 million solution to a huge problem. He's a player with immense power and potential. His stats this season are top tier, and he reportedly wants to come to Anfield. But the price is high, and he's not a direct replacement for Isak. It's a high-stakes gamble born out of pure necessity. The next few days will be telling. Will Liverpool pull the trigger and pay the release clause? Do they believe Semenyo is the man to breathe new life into their depleted attack and keep their trophy hopes alive? Or will they look for another target? One thing is for sure. The club has to do something. The fallout from Isak's injury has left them with no other choice. What do you think is the right move? Should Liverpool go all in for Semenyo? Let's keep the debate going in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest updates as this story unfolds. We'll be back with more as soon as we get it.